As you guys can see, well, okay, well, not really, I guess. Those are just fuse boxes in a gray wall. But anyway, today's episode is coming at you straight from our basement storage/workout room. I'm on the workout side of the room right now, mostly to spare you from the coma you'd undoubtedly suffer from having to witness the cavern of filth that is the storage side. Although there is some pretty interesting stuff down here, stuff that I always seem to forget that we even have. All my old stuffed animals are down here. Check it out. We got Foxy, BJ, and Nuts. I even have the stuffed version of that mentally challenged M&M. See this thing? We like to call it a pool toy, but don't let the psychedelic colors fool you. That's just to distract the hippies and all other peace enthusiasts from realizing that this thing is a cruise missile. I found this thing, but I couldn't find the other 25 letters of the alphabet. And look, it's one of those old pinwheel toys. You know, from way back before they invented fun. Good afternoon, butt kickers. It's June 29, the 180th day of 2011, which means that today I had a job interview. For those of you who have never gotten far in the job application process, the job interview goes thusly. You'll get a call from your potential employer at approximately 0 a.m., and you'll be so delirious from lack of sleep that you'll probably come off as some kind of drug user. Anyway, they'll ask you what time would be best for you to come in for the job interview, and you'll undoubtedly say something along the lines of, whenever is fine. Partly because you woke up like 15 seconds ago and you don't know when you're going to be free today, or even where you are currently, but mostly because you're unemployed, and sitting on your couch is not a strictly scheduled activity. They'll give you a choice between two times which are pretty much exactly the same, e.g. 2 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. Either way, it'll conflict with your web show time. So then you'll spend some time looking for some clothes that are both decent and not wrinkled into a Gordian knot. You'll brush your teeth and, for some inexplicable reason, floss as if the detritus between your teeth will directly affect your employment. You'll go to the establishment where you might be employed, you'll shake about 17 hands, and then they'll stick you in a disquietingly cold and inhumanely boring room to wait. Now, apparently, as you wait, your interviewer is getting prepared, whatever that means. Basically, you're going to be stewing in your own flop sweat until you're all tender and juicy. Then, someone who seems relatively bored regarding the whole hiring process will come in and grill you for 15 minutes with lengthy, multi-part, circuitous questions. For example, name a time in your past where you identified a problem and then took certain steps to solve that problem. What steps did you take and how did you arrive at the conclusion to take those specific steps? What steps did you take to arrive at the conclusion to take those steps? And how did you arrive at the conclusion to take those steps to arrive at the conclusion to take those steps? Also, what was the outcome, and what's the square root of 172,225? After your interview, there are 3 outcomes. 1, you get hired. 2, you don't get hired. And 3, the worst of all, you get more interviews. The subsequent interviews continue and could lead to infinitely more interviews, depending on the laws of space-time and the dimension in which you'd like to be employed. After you're hired, you'll pee into a cup for some reason, and then work at a job that you'll probably end up disliking. But hey, at least you're making money, right? Until tomorrow, I'm Griff, and I'm still talking.